Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Mayank Kulshrestha. Today we are going to discuss about the reproduction system, which is a part of remedial biology subject. The subject code is BP106 RBT for B Form first year, first sem. Myself is Dr. Mayank Kulshrestha, working as a senior assistant professor in School of Pharmacy, BBD University, Lucknow. So today we are going to about the reproduction system, the female reproduction system, the male reproduction system, etc. The male and female reproduction organ work together to produce offspring. In addition, the female reproduction organ contribute to sustaining the growth of embryos and fetus. Sexual reproduction is the process by which organisms produce offspring by making germ cells is called gametes. After the male gametes means the sperm cell unites with the female gametes called secondary oocytes. An event is called fertilization. The resulting cell contains one set of chromosomes from each parent. Male and female have anatomically distinct reproductive organs that are adapted for producing gametes, facilitating fertilization and in females sustain the growth of embryo and fetus. The male and female reproductive organs can be grouped by the function. The gonads, testes in males and ovaries in females produce gametes and secrete sex hormones. Various ducts then store and transport the gametes and accessory sex glands, which produce substance that protect the gametes and facilitate their movement. Finally, supporting structures are penis and the uterus, which assist the delivery and joining of gametes, and in females, the growth of embryo and fetus during pregnancy. Gynecology is the specialized branch of medicine concerned with the diagnosis and treatment of disease of the female reproduction system. Urology is the study of urinary system, and the urologist also diagnose and treat disease and disorder of the male reproduction system. The branch of medicine that deals with the male disorder, especially infertility and sexual dysfunction, is called andrology. So these are the basics of reproduction system. The content of this presentation is the part of female reproduction system, the part of male reproduction system, anatomy and physiology of male reproduction system, anatomy and physiology of female reproduction system. Now we are discuss about the reproduction system. The reproduction system of an organism, also known as genital system, is the biological system that is made up of the anatomical organs involved in the sexual reproduction. Many non-living substances such as fluids, hormones and phenomena are also important accessories to the reproduction system. The organs of the male reproduction system include the testes, which is a system of duct including the epididymis, ductus deferens, ejaculatory duct, and the urethra. Accessory sex organs, seminal vesicles, prostate, vulvourethral glands, and the several supporting structure including the scrotum and the penis. The testes, which is also called male gonads, produce sperm and secrete hormones. The duct system transport and store sperm, assist in the maturation and convey them to the exterior. Semen contains sperm plus the secretion provided by the accessory sex glands. The supporting structure have various functions. The penis deliver sperm into the female reproduction tract and the scrotum, which support the testes. So these are the anatomy, or these are the anatomical structure of the male reproduction system. The testicles, as shown clearly in the picture, the duct system, the accessory organs, glands, and the penis. So we are now discussing about one by one the scrotum. First one, the scrotum. The scrotum, which is also called bag, the supporting structure for the testes, consists of loose skin and superficial fascia that hangs from the root of the penis. Externally, the scrotum looks like a single pouch of the skin. Separately into the lateral portion of the median ridge is called raphe. Internally, the scrotum septum divide into the scrotum into two sacs and each contain a single testis. The septum is made up of superficial fascia and the muscles tissue is called diatos muscles, which is composed of the bundle of smooth muscles fibers. The diatos muscles is also found in the subcutaneous tissue of the scrotum. Associated with each testis in the scrotum is the cremaster muscles, the small band of the skeletal muscles that is the continuous of the internal muscles. So these are about the scrotum. Now testes. Testes testes. The testes or testicles are paired oval glands in the scrotum measuring about 5 centimeter long and 2.5 centimeter in diameter. Each testis has a mass of 10 to 15 grams. The testes develop near the kidney in the posterior portion of the abdominal and they usually begin their descent into the scrotum through the inguinal canals during the later half of the seventh month of fetal development. The serous membrane called tunica vaginalis, which is derived from the peritoneum and forms during the descent of the testes, partially cover the testes. A collection of serous fluid in the tunica vaginalis is called hydrocele. Hydrocele. It may be caused by injury to the testes or inflammation of the epididymis. Usually, no treatment is required. Internal of the tunica vaginalis is a dense white fibrous capsule composed of dense irregular connective tissue. The tunica albuginea its extend inward forming septa that divide the testes into the series of internal compartments called lobules. Each of the 200 to 300 lobules contain 1 to the 3 tightly called tubules. The seminiferous tubules, which where sperm are produced, the process by which the seminiferous tubules of the testes produce sperm is called spermatogenesis. Means the production of sperms. The seminiferous tubules contain two type of cells, spermatogenic cell and the sperm forming cell and Sertoli cells. Means the spermatogenic cells is also called sperm forming cells and the Sertoli cells, which have a several function in supporting spermatogenesis. Stem cells also called spermatogonia. The function of male reproduction system basically the testes produce sperm and the male sex hormone like testosterone. The duct transport, store and assist in the maturation of sperm. The accessory sex glands secrete most of the liquid portion of semen. The penis contains the urethra which is a passageway for ejaculation of semen and excretion of urine. So these are the function of male reproduction system. Apart from that, there are also main part. There are also some other part. The male reproduction system, the epididymis, which in which the mature and stored sperms, the sperm duct, the seminal vesicles, the Cowper glands, and the prostate gland, the urethra, the penis, and the scrotum. So we can discuss one by one as early I already told the scrotum and penis. Now we are moving on the sperm. The sperm each day about 300 million sperm complete the process of spermatogenesis. A sperm is about 60 micrometer long and contains several structures that are highly adapted for reaching and penetrating a secondary oocyte. The major part of the sperm are the head and tail. The flattened pointed head of the sperm is about 4 to 5 micrometer long. It contains the sperm contain a nucleus with 23 highly condensed chromosomes. Covering the anterior two-thirds of the nucleus is called acrosome. Acrosome is a cup-like vesicles filled with the enzyme that help a sperm to penetrate a secondary oocyte oocyte to bring about fertilization. Among the enzymes are hydroxylase and protease. The tail of a sperm is subdivided into four parts: neck, middle, pieces, principal piece, and the end piece. The neck of the constricted region just behind the head that contains centrioles. The centrioles form the microtubules that comprise the remainder of the tail. The middle piece contains mitochondria arranged in the spiral which provide the ATP for locomotion of the sperm to the site of fertilization and sperm metabolism. The principal piece is the longest portion of the tail and the end piece is the terminal tapering portion of the tail. Once ejaculated, most sperm don't survive more than 48 hours within the female reproduction system. So these about the sperms. Now reproduction system: duct in males, duct of testes like epididymis. The epididymis is a comma-shaped organ 4 centimeter long and lies along the posterior border of each testis. The plural of epididymis, each epididymis consists mostly of the tightly coiled ductus epididymis. The efferent duct from the testes join the ductus epididymis at the larger superior portion of the epididymis called the head. The body is the narrow middle portion of the epididymis, and the tail is the smaller inferior portion. At its distal ends, the tail of epididymis continue as the ductus deferens, which is discussed shortly. The ductus epididymis would measure about the 6 meter long in length in it were uncoiled. It is lined with pseudo-stratified column epithelial and encircled by the layer of smooth muscles. The free surface of the columnar cell contains sternocelia, which despite their name are long, branching microvilli, not cilia, that increase the surface area for the reabsorption of degenerated sperm. Now, ductus deferens. Within the tail of the epididymis, the ductus epididymis become less convoluted and its diameter increase. Beyond the point, the duct is known as the ductus deferens and vasa deferens. The duct deferens, which is about 45 centimeter long, ascends along the posterior border of the epididymis, passes through the inguinal canal cavity, enter into the pelvic cavity. Therefore, it loops over the ureter and passes over the side and down the posterior surface of the urinary bladder. The dilated terminal portion of the duct deferens is the ampulla. The mucosa of duct deferens consists of pseudo-stratified column epithelium and lamina propria. The musculus is composed of the three layers of smooth cells, the inner and the outer and the longitudinal, and the middle layer is circular. Now, ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct is about 2 centimeter long. It's formed by the union of the duct from the seminal vesicles and the ampulla of the ductus and deferens. The urethra: in male urethra, it is sheer terminal duct of the reproductive and urinary system. Is served as a passageway for both semen and urine. About 20 centimeter long, it passes through the prostate and deep muscles of the perineum and the penis and is subdivided into three parts: the prostatic urethra, the membranous urethra, and the spongy urethra. So these are the three basic types of urethra. The accessory organs are seminal vesicles, the prostate, the bulboureteral glands. The bulboureteral glands or Cowper gland, which is also known as Cowper glands, are about the size of peas. They are coated inferior to the prostate or either side of the membranous urethra. Within the deep muscles of the perineum, their duct open into the spongy urethra. During sexual arousal, the bulbourethral glands secrete an alkaline fluid into the urethra that protect the passage sperm by neutralizing acid from urine in the urethra. They also secrete mucus and lubricates the end of the penis and the lining of the urethra, decreasing the number of sperm during ejaculation. So these are the these are the basic about the male reproduction system and their respective functions. So each function has a different type of function, and each organ has a value of in the reproduction system. Now the main and basic part is penis. The penis contains the urethra, and it is the passageway for the ejaculation of semen and erection of the urine. It is the cylindrical in shape and consists of a body, glans, penis, and the root. The body of the penis is composed of three cylindrical masses of tissue, each surrounded by fibrous tissue called the tunica albuginea. The two dorsal masses are called corpora cavernosa penis. The smaller mid-ventral masses, the corpus spongicum penis, contain a spongy urethra and keeps it open during ejaculation. Fascia and skin enclose all three masses, which consist of erectile tissue. Erectile tissue is the composed of numerous blood sinuses lined by endothelial cells and surrounded by the smooth muscles and elastic connective tissue. So these about the basic about the male reproduction system. Now we are focusing on the female reproduction system. The organs of the female reproduction system include the ovaries, which is also called female's gonads, the uterine, fallopian tubes, or the fallopian tubes are also known as oviduct, the uterus, the vagina, and the external organs, which are collectively called the vulva. The mammary glands are considered part of a both in the integumentary system and the female reproduction system. The function of female reproduction system, the basic function of female reproduction system, the ovaries produce secondary oocyte and hormone, including progesterone and estrogen, which is also known as female sex hormones, inhibin and relaxin. The uterine tubes transport a secondary oocyte to the uterus and normally are the site where fertilization occurs. The uterus is the site of implantation of fertilized ovum, development of the fetus during pregnancy and labor. The vagina receives the penis during sexual intercourse, and it is a passageway of childbirth. Passageway of childbirth. The mammary gland synthesize and secrete and eject milk for the nourishment of the newborn. So these are the main function of female reproduction system. Now we are discussing point to point the female reproduction system. First one, the ovaries. The ovaries, which are the female gonads, are pair glands that resemble unsheathed almond in size and shape. They are homologous to the testes. The ovaries produce gametes, secondary oocyte that develop into the mature ova after fertilization, and hormones including progesterone, estrogen, which is also known as female sex hormone, inhibin and relaxin. The ovary is one of the either side of the uterus, dipping to the brim of the superior portion of the pelvic cavity during the third month of the development. A series of ligaments hold them in position. The broad ligament of the uterus, which is itself part of the parietal peritoneum, attached to the ovaries by a double layered fold of peritoneum called mesovium. The ovaries ligament anchor the ovaries to the uterus, and the suspensory ligament attach them to the pelvic wall. Each ovary contain a helium, the point of entrance and exit of the blood vessels and nerves, along which the mesovium is attached. So these all about the ovaries. We are now we are continuous on the uterus. The uterus serves as a part of pathway for sperm deposited in the vagina to the and reach the uterine tubes. It is also the site of implantation of a fertilized ovum, development of the fetus during pregnancy and labor. During reproduction cycles, when implantation does not occur, the uterus is the source of menstruation flow. Between the urinary bladder and the rectum, the uterus is the size and shape of inverted pear. In females who have never been pregnant, it is about 7.5 centimeter long and 5 centimeter wide and 2.5 centimeter thick. The uterus is larger in females who have recently been pregnant and smaller when sex hormones levels are low as occur after menopause. Anatomical subdivision of the uterus include a dome-shaped portion superior to the uterine tubes called the fundus, a tapering central portion called the body, and inferior narrow portion called the cervix that open into the vagina. Between the body of the uterus and the cervix the lathymus, a constricted organ about 1 centimeter long. The interior of the body of uterus is called uterine cavity and the interior of the cervix is called cervical canal. The cervical canal open into the uterine cavity at the internal and out in out the vagina as the external. So this is about the anatomy of uterus. Now we are discussing about the vulva. The term vulva or pseudondium refer to the external genital of the female. The following component comprise the vulva. The anterior of the vaginal and urethral openings is the mons pubis, an elevation of the adipose tissue covered by skin and corpus pubic hair that are cushions the pubic symphysis. From the mons pubis, two longitudinal folds of skin, the labia majora, extend inferior and posteriorly. The singular term is labium majoris. The labia majora are covered by pubic hair that contain a abundance of adipose tissue, sebaceous glands, which is also known as oil glands, and apocrine pseudo-refereous or sweat glands. They are homogeneous to the scrotum. So these about the vulva. Now we are focusing on the mammary glands. Mammary glands. Each breast is a hemisphere projection of variable size anterior to the pectoralis major and serratus anterior muscles attached to them by a layer of deep fascia composed of dense irregular connective tissue. Each breast has one pigmented projection which is called nipple that has a series of closely spaced openings of ducts called lactiferous duct where milk emerges. The circular pigmented area of skin surrounding the nipple is called areola. Areola, which is the area which is surrounding the nipple. It appears rough because it contains modified sebaceous gland, stripped of connective tissue called the suspensory ligament of breast, which is also called copper ligaments, run between the skin and deep fascia support the breast. These ligaments become looser with age, with excessive strain that can occur in long-term jogging or high-impact aerobics. Wearing a supportive bra shows the appearance of cowper drop. So these all about the mammary glands. Mammary glands play an important role in female reproduction system. So female reproduction system is the main part of reproduction system. Now we are discussing about the some disease or disorder of reproduction system in males and disease and disorder of reproduction system in female. The disorder of male reproduction system are testicular cancer. Testicular cancer is the most common cancer in males between the age of 20 and 35. More than 95% of testicular cancer arise from spermatogenic cell within the seminiferous tubules. At early signs of testicular cancer is a mass of the testes, often associated with the sensation of the testicular heaviness or a dull ache in the lower abdomen. Pain usually does not occur. To increase the chance of early detection of a testicular cancer, all males should perform regular self-examination of testes. The examination should be done starting in the teen years and one each year, one each month thereafter. After a warm bath or shower, skin is looses. When the scrotum skin is loose and less, each testicle should be examined as follows. The testicle is grasped and gently rolled between the index finger and thumb, feeling for lumps, swelling, hardness, and other changes. If a lump and other changes detected, a physician should be consulted as soon as possible. The other are prostate disorder. Because the prostate surround the part of urethra, any infection, enlargement, or tumor can obstruct the flow of urine. Acute and chronic infection of the prostate are common in males, often in association with inflammation of urethra. Symptoms may include fever, chill, urinary frequency, frequent urination at night, difficulty in urination, burning or painful urination, low back pain, joint and muscles pain, blood in the urine or painful ejaculation. However, often there are no symptoms. Antibiotics are used to treat many cases result from a bacterial infection. Next is erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction, previously termed as impotence, is consistent inability of an adult male to ejaculate or attain or hold an ejaculation long enough for sexual intercourse. Many cases of impotence are caused by insufficient release of nitric oxide, which relaxes the smooth muscles of the penile arterioles and erectile tissues. The drug Viagra, which is sildenafil, enhances smooth muscle relaxation by nitric oxide in the penis. Now we are going on the reproduction system disorder in females. The first one is PMS, prematuration syndromes. Is a cylindrical disorder of severe physical and emotional distress. It appears during the post-voluntary phases of the female reproduction cycle and dramatically this appears when menstruation begins. The signs and symptoms are highly variable from one woman to another. They may include edema, weight gain, re-swallowing, tenderness, abdominal distension, backache, joint pain, constipation, skin eruptions, fatigue, lethargy, greater need for sleep, depression, or anxiety. These are the symptoms of PMS or premenstruation syndrome. Next, endometriosis. Endometriosis is characterized by the growth of endometrial tissue outside the uterus. The tissue enters the pelvic cavity via open uterus tube and may be found in any of the several sites on the ovaries. These are the endometriosis. Next, breast cancer. On the one in eight women in the United States faces the prospect of breast cancer. After lung cancer, it is the second leading cause of death from cancer in US women. Breast cancer can occur in males but is rare. In female, breast cancer is seldom seen before age 30. Its incidence rises rapidly after menopause. An estimated 5% of the 180,000 cases diagnosed each year in the United States, particularly those that arises in the younger women. So these are the breast cancer. Apart from that, ovarian cancer, chlamydia, sexually transmitted some disease, vulvovaginal candidiasis. These are the some other disease of male and female reproduction system. So thank you so much listening. Thank you so much for listening patientfully. This all about the female reproduction or male reproduction system or anatomy.